SolidCAM 2008 Release 12. Machining on solid. No sketch needed. The highlight of SolidCAM 2008 Release 8 is the space which SolidCAM gives to the users to work on the solid without the need to use a sketch. Let's see a few improvements in this release. What I'm going to show is a face milling. The purpose of this operation is to clean a flat area without the need of using a sketch at all. In the define geometry, we select the model, define, click on the entire model, and automatically we get a boundary surrounded the part, and we can use the offset field here to enlarge the offset. We can look from the XY plane. Area, we will select a fly cutter in diameter of 60. At the level, we will define 0.5 mm downstep. In the technology field, we have here the overlap. We can use the method of machining. In this case, it can be contour, it's meaning parallel to the outside boundaries. We have also the hatch method, or one pass, it means one pass from one side to another side. Let's use the contour strategy. Let's see, and the solid verify. From outside to inside automatically. In this part, we can see a few pockets, a closed pocket, and also a open pockets. SolidCAM Release 12 now to handles open pockets without the need of making a sketch before in order to pass the outside limit of the open pocket. Let's see how it works. If we look at the four geometry that already defined here, we can see geometry number 1, number 2 are a close for closed pocket, and geometry number 3 and 4 it's for open pocket. We can see that with a red color, this is geometry, and in the black we need to mark all the area which is opened, and this we can do by the option of mark open edges, and just by clicking on the chain. All other fields in the technology and the level and the links are the same as in a regular pocket, except the open pocket area here in the technology, in which we can define the extension and the overlap of the tool in the open pocket area, and also we can determine if we want that the tool will approach from outside to the material. Let's run the simulation, and we can see the closed pocket and the open pockets together. If we look at the host simulation also from the XY plane, we can see the overlap of the tool outside of the open pocket area. In the previous version of SolidCAM, in order to generate a geometry that close with a black line that we can see here, we need a sketch for this. SolidCAM Release 12 have the ability to do it without sketch with a new function that's called the close corner. How we work with these options. In operation like profile, pocket, slot, we can activate this function. Inside the geometry field, in the define option we have the curve plus close corner. We will select first entity here, second will be here. The system knows automatically to make a corner between them, and then we will close with clicking on the last entity here, and automatically we get the final geometry we need without the need of making any sketch. Modify geometry in release 12 is a powerful function which lets the user to use the original geometry, modify it, and then use it as original in another operation. Let's see in the slot we see here how we can use these fantastic functions. To machine this slot, first of all, to come with a tool penetrate in the middle of the slot, remove the material, and then working just on this wall in the both sides. Let's see how to use it. We select the profile operation. The geometry we will define the geometry, the open geometry. This is first geometry, and now we will select the second one. We select the tool, 12mm end mill tool. Profile depth, we will click on the model, it will be 3mm. In the technology, we have here in the geometry, we have the ability to activate the modify geometry function. Let's see how we do it. Now to geometry number 1, geometry number 2, and we want to add a virtual line at the middle of this slot, but without using a sketch. For this we have the field take half from selected offset. We will activate this field, and just clicking on the second geometry, and automatically SolidCAM knows to make the virtual line, which will be the toolpath of this slot. Another thing, we want to extend the penetrating to the material 4mm, and also the retreat will be 5mm, so we extend also the end of the toolpath in 5mm, and we will confirm this. If we will look again, we can see a toolpath without need using the sketch. If we run the host simulation, you can see how the tool is working at the middle of the slot. And now we want to add another profile operation, which will clean just the wall at the left and on the right. So we will add another profile, another operation. We will select the same geometry, contour 6 as before, but in this time the size of the tool will be left, and we don't activate the offset, any offset, and any changing on the geometry. Simulation now will be one from the left side and then to the right side. And new operations in release 12 is a T-slot operation. As we can see here, we need to make a slot with a shape tool, a T-slot tool, and also, as before, in this kind of operation, we don't need to make any sketch. All the time working on the solid itself. Let's see how it works. Very similar to profile. In the geometry, we select one geometry in one side and then another on the second side. The tool, automatically we have a special tool for the slot, it's called a slot mill. at the level we click on the upper level, automatically we can click on the edge or on the face. T-slot depths, we need to click on the face on the lower. We have the T-slot depths. We can see also the picture that shows us exactly what is the meaning of each function. In the technology, the same as in profile, we have the geometry, the size of the tool. We can use a rough, a finish cycle, and here in the cut form we can cut from top to bottom, bottom to top, from middle to bottom, or middle to top. With verify simulation, we can walk forward or forward and back. In this case it's forward. Finish one side, going to the other. And we got the slot we need. We can go back to the operation and change now from top to bottom to middle to bottom. And in this case we will walking zigzag, it means forward and back. Let's save and calculate. Simulate again by solid verify. In this case it starts from the middle to the bottom, and then from middle to the top, and finish the entire slot.